Rich Bond, and I'm the grand poobah of the moolah.
Hi, this is Rich Bond, your certified mortgage consultant with Benchmark Mortgage. First off, I'm going to say congratulations. Congratulations for taking just a couple of minutes to improve your life by getting your credit score in shape. Or if your credit score is already in shape, congratulations on getting there and wanting to know how to keep it there. Investing in a home is one of the most important and exciting things that you can do in your life, and it's important to do this homework as you prepare for this next step in your life. Let's spend a little bit of time talking about credit. Okay, everybody's heard of a FICO score. FICO, that's a 4-letter word. For some people, that's one of those 4-letter words they cannot repeat around mixed company, at church, or even around the boss because it just doesn't make them feel good. And for others, it's one of those words that makes their chest swell with pride. And you know, I've got my dad and my stepmom. They'll actually sit there and they'll fight over whose credit score is better, and that's like 2 points, 3 points. You know, 849, 845, and they get upset if one of them beats the other. They're both great scores, though. Now, what is it that you can do to ensure that you've got the best score possible? Trying to raise your credit score is kind of like getting into good shape. Now, a lot of you guys know I've lost over 100 pounds in the last year, and I've still got some way to go. It didn't happen overnight. No, it happened really early in the morning, actually. Getting up and going to the gym every single day and making a lifestyle change, making this a discipline. Making it's not a diet, and getting a better credit's not a diet either. This is creating a habit. This is creating a lifestyle pattern that you want to live with for the rest of your life. You're not going to see results overnight. You're not going to see results immediately. Anybody who says they're going to clean your credit up in 30 days, I would run. But what's the benefits? An excellent credit score is going to allow you to get a lower interest rate. It's going to allow you to put less down on your home, get a lower auto insurance and homeowner insurance premiums. It may allow you to get mortgage insurance, which you couldn't get otherwise. Heck, a good credit score can even be the thing that will help you get a promotion or get that new job. While there's no quick fix to your credit scores, there are some tips that you can follow that are going to make getting that great credit score a lot easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over a few hints in the next probably 3 to 5 minutes, and we're going to get you out of here. If you want more information, of course, you can always feel free to contact me. So how do you improve your FICO score? You pay your bills on time. Delinquent and past due payments and collections have a major negative impact on your credit score. In fact, if you've got those delinquent payments out there, the first thing that you want to do is you want to catch up those bills. Pay them on time and pay them all the time. Now, if you've got collections that are a couple of years old, those are a special case. We'll talk about those in a minute. Now, if you've missed payments, get current, stay current. The longer you pay your bills on time, the better your credit score is going to be. Now, notice, paying off a collection account is not going to remove it from your credit report. That collection account is going to stay there until about 7 years from the date of last activity. This is a really important thing, 7 years from the date of last activity. So if you've got a 5-year-old collection account and you haven't paid on it in 5 years, and then you decide to make a payment today and pay off that collection, what's that going to do to your score? It's actually going to probably tank your score. Why is that? I mean, yeah, you're doing a responsible thing. You're trying to pay off your collections. The thing is, you've got an account that hasn't been active for over 5 years. You pay it, boom. Now you've got a recent collection on your account again. So make sure that before you try to pay off that collection, you speak to a credit professional or a mortgage professional like myself who can advise you on the best way to do that. Okay? Are you having trouble making your payments? Contact your creditors yourself or see a legitimate credit counselor. Notice I said legitimate. When you go on the web and say credit counseling, debt consolidation, something like that, what's going to happen is you're going to find a deluge of people who say they can help you. A lot of those times it's too good to be true. Find a referral to somebody who is credible, because there are a lot of people out there who will want to take your money and stick it in their pocket at your cost. A friend of mine, Joe Orsak from a credit restoration company here in Houston, always tells me about these huge multi-million-dollar fines that are levied against these credit restoration, credit improvement, and credit consolidation companies. You don't want to be working with one of them. Make sure that you're working with somebody who's reputable. Okay, now let's talk about the credit that you have and your outstanding balances. For any of your revolving accounts, your credit cards, your store charge cards, furniture store charge cards, etc., high outstanding balances are going to affect your credit score negatively. If you've got a $10,000 balance on that card, or a $10,000 limit on that card, make sure that your balance doesn't exceed $2,500 at any time. Okay, this is vitally important because if the credit scoring models see that you have too great of a percentage of your credit score going going into your account, like, let's say you've got $7,000 out on 10 grand, they're going to go, ooh, this person may be in trouble. They're using way too much of their credit. The second thing is you want to pay off debt. Don't move it around. I remember growing up, my mother had a cartoon on the refrigerator from Kathy. And it was Kathy, and she's holding her little purse, and her credit card's in her hand, and it says, I wonder if I can pay off my Visa with my MasterCard. Okay, so you want to pay off the debt. Don't move it around. Consolidating it's okay, but you don't want to use a cash advance from another credit card. Don't apply for new credit cards that you don't need. Heck, don't apply for any of them prior to getting a mortgage. Always speak to a mortgage professional like myself before you're going to be taking that step of applying for a new card. You don't want to have too many inquiries that are going to be tanking your score. And if you've been managing credit for a short period of time, let's say you're somebody who's younger, in your early mid-20s, and you've got your first credit card in college, you've only had credit cards for a couple of years, don't go and open up a bunch of accounts. Just because they're sending you a pre-approval doesn't mean that you need that card. I've seen people come in with 1 to 2 inch stacks of credit cards, and they don't make any payments, they're not missing payments, but because all of their credit's so new, what's happening is they've got a lower score, and it's preventing them from achieving their goals. So now let's say we want to get some new credit and loan tips. How are we going to go about this? Number one, do your rate shopping for a given loan within a short period of time. If you're going to buy a car, go in one weekend and have them, have the 2 or 3 dealerships run your credit and get it all taken care of then. The credit agencies understand that you're going to be shopping for credit. And when you're shopping for credit, what's going to happen is you're going to go to a couple different places to get quotes. So it's not going to hurt your credit score so much if you've got it done within a short period of time. But if you draw it out 30 or 45 days, that may hurt your credit. Second, reestablish your credit history if you've had problems in the past. If you've missed a payment, heck, if you were a credit criminal for a little bit and you had some difficulties making payments after college because they gave a college student a $50,000 gold Visa and you decided it was time to throw a party for all of your friends. Well, okay, people make those mistakes and we understand that, so just get back on track. Get your payments caught up, get your payments current, and open some good new accounts. Now, it's perfectly legal. In fact, I believe it's your responsibility to request your own credit report once a year. This isn't going to affect your score as long as you order it directly from the credit reporting agency. And you can go to annualcreditreport.com to get that. Don't go to free credit report, whatever, because they're actually charging you. There's nothing free about that. Also, apply for and open new credit only when it's needed. Don't open accounts to have a better credit mix. If your credit report's saying, hey, you don't have enough revolving debt, or you've got too much installment debt, and that's why your score is not as good as it's supposed to be, don't open new accounts just to increase your revolving debt. That doesn't make sense. Have credit cards, but manage them responsibly. Okay, I was talking to some people who don't have credit cards. They're like, I don't like them. I don't believe in them. Okay. A lot of people don't believe in Santa Claus either, but we keep telling our kids about him. Credit cards are important too. You got to have, I'd say, 3 of them. Keep one of them in the freezer and a 1-gallon milk jug. Take the other 2 credit cards that you've got, use one of them to buy your groceries, pay it off as soon as you get the bill. The other one's used to buy your gasoline. Take the money out of your checking account as soon as you spend it, pay them off really quickly. That's what you want to do. Closing an account doesn't make it disappear. Let's say that you've got a credit card or a student loan and you made a couple of bad payments, missed some payments or what have you, and it's hurting your score. Don't go and close it and think that that's going to go away. In fact, closing an account may hurt your credit because if you've got an account that's 10, 20 years old and you decide to close it, what's that going to do? When you close that account, that's actually going to drop your score because one of your longer experienced accounts is no longer active. Now, these are just a few tips to get your best credit score. For more tips on increasing your credit score or just getting yourself in the financial shape to invest in your new home, feel free to contact me at 281-841-1723. You can go to www.richbond.com or just make a comment below. I look forward to being your friend in the mortgage business, and I'd also like to encourage you, forward this video to anybody that you know that would find it helpful, whether it's a realtor that needs these tips for some of their customers, whether you've got some friends or family members in a similar situation. And once again, congratulations on taking the first steps to getting yourself into the financial shape that you want to be in.